What's up? What's up? How you doing? Hope you doing good. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Download my podcast, Clarence Sports Talkative Jones. Follow me. I follow you back on Twitter @_ Clarence Jones. Let's talk sports. Visit my website, cjsportsmedia.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll subscribe to yours. My YouTube channel, Clarence Jones Sports Media. A lot been going on since last time we talked last Wednesday. We had the NFL draft coming up and still had NBA playoffs going on. And, man, it's a lot been going on, right? This NFL draft. But before I get into the draft, and I'm mainly talking about my Falcons today as far as for the draft. But the draft overall I thought was pretty cool. But I want to dive into one of the biggest news right now that's out in the NFL, and that's regarding the Arizona Cardinals and DeAndre Hopkins and this 6-game suspension for performance-enhancing drugs. He violated the PED policy. I think this is crazy news. I think I was reading something where it said that this is, I guess, regarding a test result that came in November. So this happened last year. Why is it just now coming out now? That's, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's May right now. Why we just now hearing about this now? But do I think it's true? Because there's supposed to be some investigation going on. DeAndre Hopkins and his team supposed to be doing some investigation to get his name clear up. D-Hop don't seem like somebody that would use PEDs, but at the same time, we don't know these athletes. All we know is what we see on the field, basketball courts, and, baseball diamond, just what we see on television. So we truly don't know these athletes. But, just my gut feeling, I don't think he don't seem like a cheater, because that's basically what I consider people that use PEDs for. There was a part of me that thought about it. I was like, I wonder, because remember he got hurt last year. And I was like, I wonder, by chance, did this possibly had to do with him taking something, maybe putting something in his body to help him with his injury? And by chance, could it possibly have been PED? That was just a random thought. Nothing. I heard nothing from nobody as far as regarding that. I just, because I know most people when they get hurt, the main focus is to have a speedy recovery. And if you can take something that can, help your injury, what do we do? If it's something that can help the injury go away quick, same thing for us, when we deal with headaches and, do we, if we got a chance to take an ibuprofen or Tylenol and, we know that ibuprofen or that Tylenol is going to help us with our headache, more than likely we're going to take it. So I'm not saying DeAndre Hop did this. I don't know what he did. I just know that it's a bad loss for the Cardinals. 6 games. The NFL schedules haven't been released yet. I believe it's supposed to be released. Is it next week? I want to say, I think it's next week. So we'll be able to find out exactly, the first 6 games for the Cardinals, who they're going to play. More than likely, I can guarantee it's probably going to be a division rival. Out of those 6 games, they probably going to end up playing, either the Niners, Rams, or the Seahawks in that 6 game. I know the NFL, they always do that. They want to book a division game in the middle or either at the top or towards the bottom. Sometime in that 6, top first 6 game can easily not be divisional, but I don't know. I just got a feeling that the Cardinals' first 6 games, one of them opponents, or could be 2 or more, one or more. Who knows? Could be either Rams, Niners, or Seahawks. And you won't have DeAndre Hopkins, so yeah, it's a loss for Kyler Murray because we know and seeing how he looked without DeAndre Hop last season, and he didn't look great at all. Didn't even look good. He looked like a struggling quarterback. I was like, man, D-Hop got to get back soon. So hopefully, this gets, we get to the bottom of this and be able to figure out what really happened. Was it an error, false mistake? Who knows? We'll see, but. Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing DeAndre Hop out there on the field, first game of the season with Kyler Murray and seeing what they can do, because a lot been going on this all season with the Cardinals, and Kyler Murray wanted to get paid more, and they lost Christian Kirk to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they I can't think of the other running back. What's the back name? Chase Edmonds. Yeah, they lost Chase Edmonds to Miami. Yeah, so they lost Chase Edmonds to Miami, Christian Kirk to Jacksonville. So I was really looking forward to seeing how the new Cardinals are going to look with DeAndre Hop. But staying on the Cardinals, man, I want to talk about them picking up Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown from the Ravens. Now, I think that's a great pick. I like that. And I think it's going to give Hollywood Brown more opportunities to kind of really show what he can do. I feel like in Baltimore, it's like the Lamar Jackson show. Everybody was like, oh, man, I can't believe he left. And him and Lamar Jackson is friends. And I believe I heard something where Marquise Brown said that, he been telling Lamar Jackson that, he's trying to dip out. So there was no thing of, oh, Lamar didn't know. Oh, Lamar didn't know nothing about it. Or, Ravens didn't tell Lamar. Marquise Brown didn't tell Lamar. Marquise Brown said he had a, conversation with Lamar about this. And I don't blame him, man. Playing with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, it's basically the Lamar Jackson show. And if he can't get it going, then he throw the ball, he hand off the ball. But, I noticed that in fantasy football. And I'm not joking. I mean, I try not to draft any receivers from the Baltimore Ravens in fantasy football because a lot of times Lamar Jackson don't really throw it a lot. When he do throw it, but he don't throw it a lot. So, and I regret, drafting a couple of Baltimore receivers. Last year I think I got, was it Bernard Tate? I think that's his name. The running back, the wide receiver that they got out of the draft from, I think he went to Minnesota. I don't know, is it Bernard Tate? I could be saying his name totally wrong, but I think he wore number 12 for the Ravens last season. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name at all. But I remember drafting him, and he didn't really. I mean, he had some games here and there, but it wasn't nothing like, a Cooper Kupp would get you, or Devontae Adams would get you, or Tyreek Hill would get you. So I try to stay away from Ravens receivers when I'm playing fantasy football. And going back to real football, it's just one of those things where Lamar just don't throw it enough. And Marquise Brown, he's looking around in the league like, man, Tyreek Hill just got paid. Devontae Adams just got paid. I want to be in that next conversation. I want to be able to prove that, hey, I deserve this money because look what I'm doing on the field. And I feel like Baltimore just wasn't the place for him. I mean, after playing with Lamar, I'm sure they're still going to be good friends. But at the end of the day, man, you got to be able to be about that production and high numbers, high stats, and, be able to compete. Because when payday comes, you want to be in that discussion with the Tyreek Hills and Devontae Adams. So, and it's like that's what everybody's doing now. I mean, a lot of receivers. I'm not sure whether you noticed it or not, but it just seemed like since because who got the big money first? Was it Tyreek Hill that got the big money first? No, it wasn't Tyreek Hill. Was it Devontae Adams? Was it Devontae Adams? Which receiver got the big money first that got this thing started? I can't even. It might have been Devontae Adams. Because we know what got the whole contract guarantee money, rant started. That's Deshaun Watson, with his guarantee money for the Browns. I mean, that big contract, that got the league on notice. Like, everybody's looking at like that. Like, okay, how can I get that? But I want to say it was Devontae Adams when he got paid in Las Vegas. I think that's when Tyreek Hill, made a rant and say, hey, I deserve more money, blah, blah, blah. That didn't work out with him and the Chiefs, so they had to ship him to Miami. And then now you see Marquise Brown, got out of Baltimore, now in Arizona, because he know Kyler Murray going to throw it way more than Lamar Jackson's going to throw it. And he's trying to make a case to get that payday. Let's talk about, real quick, I want to say, and by the way, I think it's going to work out. I think it's definitely going to work out with, Marquise Brown and Kyler Murray, but it'll work better once D-Hop and Marquise Brown is together on that field along with Kyler Murray. So we won't be able to see that at least to probably week 7. Okay, if it's the first 6 games, I'm not sure whether they have a bye or not in that 1 through 6 schedule. I'm assuming they won't have a bye. They'll play 6 straight games. They play 6 straight games, then we would more likely get that Marquise Brown, D-Hop, and Kyler Murray week 7. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. And I know if you're a Cardinals fan, you definitely going to be on the lookout for that. I want to talk about another receiver that just got paid, A.J. Brown in the trade. Didn't see that coming at all. Him being traded to the Eagles. What is his contract? 4 years, $100 million. It's $57.22 million guaranteed. Didn't see that coming on draft day. I mean, I didn't see Marquise Brown on draft day, being traded. Like, draft day was kind of like, draft week, I must say, because it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So there was some shockers. Marquise Brown to the Cardinals, Marquise Brown to the Cardinals, A.J. Brown to the Eagles. And like I said, it was a big payday. 4 years, $100 million guarantee. 4 years, $100 million. $57.22 million guarantee. Can you imagine a $100 million contract? Oh my, whoo, man. But I like the move for the Eagles, not too much for the Titans. I feel like the Titans should have gave A.J. Brown whatever he asked for because he earned it. He's an explosive receiver, big body receiver, and he make plays. And to not be able to understand that to the point where you pay him what he's asking for, it's ridiculous. But like I said, I want to say Devontae Adams started this big payday as far as for receivers. Then Tyreek Hill came about. Like I said, I feel like I might be missing somebody, but I thought when Devontae got paid, Tyreek Hill rumors start, hey, Chiefs are trying to trade, or Chiefs is, shopping Tyreek Hill. You're like, what? And now, like I said, we got Marquise Brown just left, went to Arizona, trying to make a case for the payday. You see what A.J. Brown did, he got traded, and he said it's not his fault. I truly believe A.J. Brown wanted to stay in Tennessee, but Tennessee just wasn't willing to do that 4 years, $100 million contract with $57.22 million guaranteed. They wasn't willing to do it. So, I mean, he went to Philly, and I think Philly's going to be okay. I mean, Philly drafted well. Jalen Hurts got another weapon. I mean, this is going to be a different Philadelphia team, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad move. He got more opportunities to shine, but Tennessee is going to definitely miss him way more than he missed Tennessee. I mean, A.J. Brown was a playmaker. I was reading something where Ryan Tannehill said he was hurt. Okay, Ryan Tannehill said he was hurt when he found out that A.J. Brown, was going to Philly. He was just hurt. Like, what? So it's definitely going to work out. I mean, if you're a Philly fan, you got to love this move. You got to love it. I mean, that dude there, he can go on, either route. He can go straight up the field. He can slant. He can go up and come back. You can, hit him on a screen. I mean, A.J. Brown is a beast. In Tennessee, you will miss him. But, man, I did not see Brown, both Browns being traded. Marquise to Arizona and A.J. to Philly. This is, wow, crazy. And it's only just the beginning because we still don't know what's going to happen with Baker, Jimmy Garoppolo. It just, NFL is still crazy. Even after the draft, there's still question marks. Staying on Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill wasn't even notified about Malik Willis. Tennessee got Malik Willis, and Ryan Tannehill basically said he wasn't notified about it. Didn't talk to him about drafting a quarterback. He said it's not his job to, it's not his job to mentor Malik Willis. So that already right there tells me there's not a big problem yet, but it will be, and it may not even get out in the media. It could, but hell, it could already be some problems. Maybe, Tannehill just ain't saying nothing, but I be kind of feel some type of way, because coming off the season that Ryan Tannehill had, let's think about the Titans' last game in the playoff. They lost against the Bengals. Titans should have won that game. I mean, Joe Burrow got sacked, 9 times? Ryan Tannehill just didn't play great. His offseason, he went and got therapy. He went and got therapy. He said he just felt really bad about that playoff game last season, and it bothered him. Even looking back at it, it just bothered him because the defense did what they needed to do. Ryan Tannehill as the quarterback just didn't play well. So he, like I said, he got therapy during the offseason. what do we know? Last week's draft, he found out that the team that, he's supposed to be leading drafted a quarterback, Malik Willis. He's saying it's not his job to mentor Malik Willis. So it's already looking somewhat kind of messy. It's more than likely probably going to be a battle. I don't know. Is Malik Willis ready to take that starting role? I think Titans should stick with Tannehill for at least this year. Unless Tannehill get hurt or something like that, you stick with Ryan Tannehill. I don't know, man. Looking back at that draft and seeing how long it take all quarterbacks to get drafted. Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback that got selected in the first round by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and everybody else, Riddler for my Falcons, Malik Willis to the Titans, Matt Corral to the Panthers. It just, man, it was just crazy. And I think Hauser went to the Commanders. So, a lot of these quarterbacks went late. So Tennessee, more than likely, if I got to guess, they sticking with Tannehill, but I just think it still caused some type of problems in that quarterback room, in interviews. Hey, are you the starting quarterback? How do you feel about Malik Willis? He already came out, and say it's not his job to mentor. So you get what I'm going here. This is a problem that's going to get bigger. And who knows? What if Ryan Tannehill come out and just don't play well the first 4, 5, 6 games, 7 games? Titans looking like they're going to have a bad playoff spot, may miss the playoffs, may barely get in, may not get in, ranked low in the bottom of the division. Who knows? Fans cheering out Malik Willis, we want Willis. On Twitter, social media is getting crazy. This could be a big mess. The Titans should have at least holler at Ryan Tannehill about this, whether it's a quick text or a phone conversation, Zoom, whatever. They could have hollered at him and say, hey, man, here's what we're going to do. How do you feel about this? Blah, blah, blah. No, we're not asking you to mentor him, blah, blah, blah. But not to highlight him at all about getting Malik Willis. It shows me that the Titans is not all in on Ryan Tannehill. That's the way I see it. Because if they was all in on him, they would at least had a conversation. Everybody can't pull what Green Bay pulled. Green Bay made a mistake by getting Jordan Love, but they ended up paying for it. Aaron Rodgers took them through all type of, roadblocks and, wonders and thoughts about, hey, is he going to leave? Is he not going to leave? A-Rod said this. A-Rod said that. So why would another team do that to a quarterback? But it's a difference. Ryan Tannehill is not a 4-time MVP like Aaron Rodgers. So Titans said, hey, man, he's not Aaron Rodgers. We can, get another quarterback. He won't be bothered by it. But I think Ryan Tannehill is bothered by it, but he don't have that rep like Aaron Rodgers do. So it's going to be problems in that Tennessee locker room. Like I said, depending on how Ryan Tannehill come out and play the first 4, 5, 6, 7 games, fans cheering Malik Willis, everybody on their platforms, podcasts, radios, television shows, sports shows, hey, I think it's Willis' time. What do the Titans do? Do they keep Tannehill? Do they go to Willis? So it's, oh, man, like I said, they should have at least hollered at him. Tennessee should have at least hollered at him and go for it. I ain't saying they shouldn't have drafted Willis, but at least talk to the man. So I don't blame him when he's saying, hey, it's not my job to mentor him. You can say it's disrespectful, it's messed up, or, oh, he don't want this man to take his job. Of course not. Do we want people taking our jobs? No. You know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody taking our jobs the way we provide for our families and ourselves. We don't want nobody taking our jobs, whether we play, professional sports or not. It don't matter. Whatever job we do, we don't want nobody else taking it, so we're not going to train nobody to take our job. So I'm with Ryan Tannehill on this, but overall, man, on the outside looking in, it's going to be some problems in Tennessee. Just wait. You will hear something. Not good at all, man. Wow. I want to talk about a great pickup that I like from the New Orleans Saints, man. Tyrann Mathieu. I thought that was a great pickup. The Honey Badger, 3 years, $33 million. Hey, that's a good pickup. He's from Louisiana, veteran leader. Kansas City definitely going to miss him because, man, he was a vocal and he backed. He wasn't just vocal with his leadership. He actually backed it up, too. He was about the action. So they're going to miss Ryan Tannehill. It's going to make Saints much better. It's going to be tougher for the NFC South. My Falcons, Panthers, Bucks. It's going to be tough. All right, because Tyrann Mathieu, this dude, he knows what the ball like. He knows what you about to do before you snap the ball. You know, and if he don't know, he'll figure it out by the time you get closer to your end zone. So, I mean, you know, and Saints already got vocal leaders on defense. The defense is not that bad. So adding Tyrann Mathieu, they just got better. I mean, so if you thought they were good already, adding Louisiana native Tyrann Mathieu to the squad, all I can say is Chiefs fans, you missed out on this one. You should have not letting Tyrann Mathieu walk out that door. You know, 3 years, $33 million. You didn't have that. You lost Tyreek Hill. Now you lost Tyrann Mathieu. These Chiefs are going to look different, man. These Chiefs definitely going to look different. Let's talk about my Falcons, man. I want to talk about some of the draft picks, and just two that really stood out to me the most because I'm really concerned about what we're doing on offense. I mean, I know our defense is not that, great the past few seasons, but, you know, with us losing Matt Ryan, you know, trying to get Deshaun Watson, and then, you know, Julio Jones got traded. Calvin really going to be out this whole entire upcoming season. I really was focused and locked in on what's going to happen on the offensive side of the ball. And we end up drafting with our number one pick, Drake London, wide receiver, big body receiver, kind of put me in that mind frame of Mike Evans, Calvin Johnson type guy. Just a big body receiver that can go out there and get it. And let's talk about the quarterback, Desmond Ridder. I mean, I was like, you know, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Yes, I wanted Malik Willis. Okay. But as time went by, man, I look and I say, you know what? Desmond Ridder is not that bad of a quarterback. You know, I looked at film on both quarterbacks and I say, who would be ready right now to start? If I got to pick one, I mean, from the look of it, from what I view, from the film I study and the people that I talk to, a lot of people is on my side saying Ridder is more ready than Willis. That don't mean Willis won't be ready. I think Willis got an opportunity to be great in the league, just like Desmond Ridder got an opportunity to be great in the league. You know, and I get everybody's comparing Ridder to Marcus Mariota. Hey, he remind me of Marcus Mariota. But I just see a guy that I can see really leading the Falcons to a successful season after seasons, playoffs, Super Bowl. You know, Drake London, I see a guy that can really be the next Calvin Johnson. You know, just a big body receiver that can make big plays. We already got Kyle Pitts, so I like what we're doing. You know, we got Kyle Pitts in there, and it's going to be two twin towers. I mean, Kyle Pitts is what, 6'7", 6'8". Drake London 6'5". Then we got, you know, Ridder. And we got Mariota, which, I mean, I'm not sure who's going to be the starter. I'm pretty sure more than likely the Falcons going to have Ridder and Mariota battle it out. They're going to battle it out. They're going to compete for the starting spot. But I think if Ridder's name was called to say, hey, he's the starter, you know, we should be looking at like, oh, the Falcons are crazy. You know, why would they not let Ridder sit? I mean, like I say, who's the most ready right now, Ridder, out of Willis? So I'm not going to bash my Falcons. Oh, we didn't got Willis. I mean, we didn't got Willis. It happens. I told you on last week's podcast, I try not to get my hopes up when it comes to these drafts because a lot of time the players that I want my Falcons to draft, they don't do it. So when I saw we got Drake London with the first pick, then we went defense with the second and third, I want to say. No, sorry. We went defense with the second round. Third round, we got Ridder. I mean, I was just like, okay, it's looking like we getting more defensive players than offensive players. I mean, that's what I saw. So it is what it is, man. But I like the opportunity and I like what the future holds for these Falcon players that all got drafted. You know, like I said, shouts out to all my Falcon players that got drafted. I'm just really was focused on more the offense side of the ball because, like I said, with really situation, not having Julio, Matt Ryan's now with the Colts, it was just question marks like what's going to happen. You know, but I'm excited to see what my new Falcons are going to look like. I'm not about to start talking crazy yet. It's only May. Okay. It's only May. So I don't want to get all crazy and tell you what we're going to do. But man, I'm really excited to see what Ridder can do. Okay. Can he be the future quarterback for my Atlanta Falcons, the future starting franchise quarterback for my Atlanta Falcons? I don't want us to go into the draft next year looking at another quarterback. I really hope that Ridder is the guy because what I saw, at Cincinnati, as far as, man, he looked it pretty, professional. Yes, he had some struggling games against Georgia. More Alabama than Georgia as far as the, matchups I saw. He played great in the Notre Dame game. I mean, he got some great highlights and great games to go back and look at on YouTube if you got an opportunity after you done listen to this podcast to check out it. But, I mean, he's the most ready right now. But like I said, I think Willis is going to be a good football player, can be great. He definitely could be great depending on what Tennessee do. I mean, do they stick with Tannehill for the next 2-3 seasons, or do they go to Willis this? I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen, But yes, I definitely wanted Willis, and I was like, man, I was really hoping, because we had so many chances to get Willis. We could have got him the first round. I think we had, was it the first round where we had 2 picks in the first round, or was it the second round? It was one of those rounds we actually had 2 picks, and I was like, man, we got so many chances to get Willis. I'm on Twitter. I'm talking to some Falcon fans. I'm talking to non-Falcon fans. We all like, yo, why do you want Willis? Some of us agree, some of us don't. So it was just getting crazy, like just what the Falcons going to do. I don't think, I didn't really did a mock draft, but I didn't really see much people had Riddler going to the Falcons. Okay, I always saw Willis name tied to the Falcons, or either Kenny Pickett name tied to the Falcons. I didn't see, I guess I could be wrong on this, but I didn't see any mock drafts that had Riddler going to the Falcons. Definitely not in the third round, So the draft just shocked us all, right? I mean, in some type of form, it shocked us, but I'm ready to see what the future look like. I'm excited to see what my new Falcons can do. Okay. And staying on my Falcons, man, I want to talk about Mike Davis. He's no longer with us. Was kind of shocked because he only signed, he did sign a 1-year deal with us, but he wasn't that great this season. I mean, there's times on social media where he stated, I think it was like in January on Twitter. I mean, he stated he didn't have a good season. It was just struggling. It was a bad season. But I didn't thought we would let him go. I thought we would bring him back, but yeah, he's out. He's a free agent. I was really excited when we got Mike Davis, man. He's a, South Carolina Gamecock, man. So shouts out to Mike Davis. I got nothing but love for Mike Davis, but I was like, dang, I didn't thought we would let him go after one season. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a good season, but did we have a good season overall? No, we didn't. So I was like, wow. I was happy to see that we got Grady Jarrett back. We got a deal. What's the deal? 3 years, $51 million? Yeah, we got Grady Jarrett back. Yeah, Grady Jarrett. Yeah, Grady Jarrett back, defensive tackle, 3 years, $51 million. We need him. You're talking about veteran, vocal leader, action leader that actually put in the work and do it. I was happy to see that we, keeping him, because for a minute I was thinking we're going to trade him on draft night. I was thinking we was going to trade him before the draft. I was like, what's going on? Why is Grady Jarrett name being tied to trade blocks and Falcons? It could be possibly shopping Grady Jarrett. I'm like, what? No, man, we had to keep him. So I'm happy about that. Along with the defense players we draft and, defense players we pick up, doing free agency. It's just interesting. It's going to be exciting to see what my new Falcons can do. Like I said, I'm not about to start talking Super Bowl just yet, but who knows? That could change in August or September. All right. Staying on the Falcons once again, Matt Ryan. Okay. Said that if the Falcons hadn't pursued Deshaun Watson, there's a good chance that he's still there. Okay, let's see what he actually said. Okay, if and this is according to Pro Football Talk, he said if the Falcons hadn't pursued Deshaun Watson, pretty good chance I'm still there. I'll still be there. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Because I mean, hell, Ryan more than likely was probably going to retire Falcon. But when you go out and just do all you can do to get Deshaun Watson and you don't get him, we had to know Matt Ryan wasn't going to stick around. I mean, Matt Ryan, and I'm just being real. I love my Falcons. Got nothing but love for my Falcons. But Matt Ryan would have been crazy to still stay with us after we didn't try to, get Deshaun Watson. Okay? Fellas, we can't tell our current girlfriend, hey, there's another girl that I'm really looking at. Okay, I really think, me and her can make a good match. Can you wait on me? Let me see, could I get her? If I don't, I'll come back to you. No. Stop it. What? It's over. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no woman waiting on you. You know, you pursue another woman? No, she ain't waiting on you. Okay. Matt Ryan's like, no way. I'm not sticking with this team. After you guys already went all in and out for Deshaun Watson and you didn't got him, I'm not staying with you. I'm out. So I don't blame Matt for, wanting to go to Indy. I mean, I was hoping he wouldn't want to stay with us. Matt Ryan would have been crazy to stay with the Falcons. I'm Phil, man. So, yeah, I mean, more than likely, I can see that. Because, I mean, when do we trade Matt Ryan? If my Falcons don't go out and try to pursue Deshaun Watson, when do we actually trade Matt Ryan? I don't know when. I thought last year was the year. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get a Justin Fields. We're going to get a Trey Lance. We could make it a Mac Jones. And we didn't got no quarterback at all. Not none of them. So, we kept Matt Ryan. And I'm thinking, you know what, if they don't try to pursue Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan more likely still a Falcon. So it just makes me think, what if we didn't try to pursue Deshaun Watson? How long is Matt Ryan a Falcon? Is he a Falcon today? More likely, yeah. But the mystery question is how long? So I was like, man, that is really, really crazy. Wow. But yeah, Matt would have been crazy to stay with us. No, I mean, like I said, nobody stick around after you didn't basically tell them you don't want them. But hey, can you wait on me to see could I get? No. All right, before I get up on out of here, man, NBA playoffs, man. What about those games last night? Man, that Milwaukee Buck team shocked the you-know-what out of me. I don't know about you, but they got beat down, didn't they? I mean, where was that Buck team at from game one? I think Milwaukee just was happy to get one game and, feel good to go home tied 1-1. I mean, Boston came out and laid a smackdown on Milwaukee. I was like, wow. Couldn't believe it. I didn't thought it would be that bad. I mean, Marcus Smart didn't play. So I'm like, okay, that gives Milwaukee a chance to really get this thing 2-0 going to Milwaukee. But what do I know? All right, Boston did what they had to do. They took business. By the way, I do have a blog up about the NBA playoffs as far as my predictions. I actually got Milwaukee winning in 6. So just keep an eye on that, cjsportsmedia.com/blog. What about that Warriors and Grizzlies game last night? Man, Grizzlies got lucky. Ja Morant had to play great. Not good, but he had to play great. 47, 8, and 8. He had to play great for the Grizzlies to win. And they didn't win by that much. I think it was it by 4, 5? I don't have the actual score in front of me, but it wasn't by that much. And Ja Morant had to really play great for them to win because it was like one of those things where, hey, man, a few calls go Golden State way. Golden State got this thing going 2-0 to their home court, And how about that loose ball foul or whatever they call on Draymond when it was Draymond and Ja Morant tied up and then Ja Morant just kind of flopped and fall to the court. It was in the fourth quarter and the referee basically gave it to Grizzlies. He called a foul on Draymond. I was like, no way. No way. That's mystery right there. That's kind of, I don't know about that. I don't know, refs. Might be cheating a little bit here. I don't know. All right. But for the long run, man, you can say, oh, Golden State's in trouble. Oh, Memphis should really be up 2-0 because of game 1 when Ja Morant missed that attempted layup or, contested layup, that he didn't made. It was contested by Gary Payton II and Klay Thompson. You can say that it was luck, but in the end, let's go back to that first quarter. Draymond Green shouldn't even been ejected. I mean, that was an unnecessary ejection. Come on, now I get it. Flagrant 1, I get it. Okay, he shouldn't have, grabbed, the player's jersey. No, you know what I'm saying? But a flagrant 2, really? A flagrant 2 ejection? This is the playoffs here. Come on. If it was LeBron, you don't eject LeBron. All right, it's the playoffs. Draymond is a very important key piece to the Golden State Warriors roster. You don't do that. That's a flagrant 1. So we go back to that. If Draymond is in that game, the entire 4 quarters, I don't think the game is even that close. Now you can say, well, Clarence, last night Draymond was in the game and Memphis won. Every game is different in the playoffs. If you don't know that, I'm telling you right now, every game is different. Look at how Milwaukee looked last night versus how they look in game one. Every game is different. All right. But, yeah, I mean, shouts out to Ja Morant in the Memphis Grizzlies. They play, like I say, they played, well, they didn't play it good. Ja Morant had to play great for them to win. Everybody else, Jackson Jr. got fouled out. And that's when I really thought Golden State was going to take over. Once Jackson Jr. got fouled out, I was like, oh, man, uh-oh. But they just, for some reason, they couldn't stop Ja Morant for nothing. I said it on Twitter last night. I said Ja Morant is an alien. You know what I'm saying? The moves he was making and how he been driving the ball in and angling his body all type of ways. I said, that man is an alien. He was a beast last night. He was on fire. But my thing is, all due respect, I got nothing but love and respect for Ja Morant. He's from my state, South Carolina. But I don't think he can be able to do that throughout the series. Game 3 and Game 4 is in Golden State. They're not going to be having a 47-8-8 type game back-to-back. No. I don't think they're going to have it in Game 3. It's just so difficult for Ja Morant to play that great in this series against the Golden State Warriors because you know Draymond Green is getting his team together defensive-wise and say, hey, blah, 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 blah. You know, Steve Kerr is coming up with a great game plan on how to really match up with Ja Morant, who to put on him at certain times if he's at the top of the key, if he's coming in. Okay, if he move or if he switch, I need you to go blah, blah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know they working on a game plan to slow him down. Golden State will make adjustments and they will slow him down. I ain't saying they're going to stop Ja Morant. I ain't saying that. They will slow him down in their, in Golden State, Game 3 and Game 4. You will not see a 47-8-8 in Game 3 and Game 4. Golden State got embarrassed last night. They pissed off. They should have won last night, and it's bothering them. It's basically making a skin crawl because they should have been going to Golden State 2-0. All right. Don't tell me about, Game 1 was luck. I mean, it happens. I don't think it was luck. Draymond Green was out. I'm telling you, man, Draymond Green is a big factor to the Warriors. We can go back to the NBA Finals, 2016, Draymond Green, no show in Game 5. He got suspended, for the situation with him and LeBron. So Draymond Green is an important piece. Like I said, if he in that game 1, it's not that close. Game 1 was 117, 116? It's not even that close. I'm just keeping it real. Who we got tonight? Philly and Miami and Phoenix and Dallas. For that series, I pick Heat in 5. I think Philly will find a way to get one game. I get the situation with Joel Embiid. He's not going to be able to play tonight. Didn't play in Game 1. I think Miami takes Game 2 tonight, and they take, they series 2-0 lead to Philly. And I think somehow, some way, Philly find a way to get at least one game. But I do got them winning only one. I just think, hell, even if they did have Joel Embiid, I just think it just won't be enough. It just won't be enough. I mean, Miami right now, they're playing great defensively, offensively. I'm not sure what's the status for Kyle Lowry tonight. I don't know if he's still going to be out because he didn't play Game 1. But they can beat this team without Kyle Lowry as far as this series. Miami can win this series without Kyle Lowry. They better with Kyle Lowry, but they got enough backup players to fill in. Coach Eric Spoelstra, he knows what to do with his rotation. So, yeah, it's one of those things where the pressure's on James Harden, and I just think he's going to not show up. He's going to struggle without Joel Embiid. But even, like I said, even with him and Joel Embiid together, I just don't think they can get past this Miami team. All right, but, yeah, I got Miami taking it tonight. They're leading 2-0 going to Philly. Phoenix and Dallas. This may shock you, but I thought long on this. I said I think Phoenix will win this series, but it's going to be in 7 games. It is something about Jason Kidd, his rotation, his lineups, his coaching, his matchups. It just tells me something that Jason Kidd will make this series tough for the Phoenix Suns. The Suns won by 6 or 7 Game 1, I think. This is going to be a tough series. Don't think Luka got to do everything. Oh, Luka got to do everything, Clarence. If they stop Luka, they'd be all right. Hey, you got Spencer Dinwiddie. You got Brunson. I'm just saying, you got Bullock. Everything is not all on Luka. All right. Now, do Luka need a second piece, a second best player? Yeah. But Brunson and Spindidwitty and Bullock, they can do some things. Finney Smith, they can do some things, all right? Don't count those guys out, man. Do not. This is going to be a tough series. It's going to 7. Phoenix will win in 7. Okay? But, man, if they can put some defense on the Suns and, slow Chris Paul down and slow Booker down, you make it tough for everybody else. But the thing about it is, who can be those players? Okay, because you can't only do it for 1 quarter. You got to do it for 4 quarters. You got to stop and, stop what Chris Paul and Devin Booker trying to do for 4 quarters. You can do it in the 2nd quarter. Can you do it in the 3rd? Can you do it in the 4th? All right, so that's the thing. The Phoenix Suns is tough. They're a tough team, man. They got, matchup problems they can create for you. They can stop you and, they can score on you. But I think Coach Jason Kidd, he's going to have a great game plan and put this team in a best situation where they can take this thing to 7 games. All right. You see what they did with Utah. Now, I get it. Phoenix is definitely not Utah. Okay. You don't got to tell me that. I know that. They're not Utah, but I think Utah started that series off, was it 2-0? 2-1. I believe it was 2-1, 2-0. And Dallas came back and won the series. Luka didn't play the first 2 games, right? I think Luka was out the first 2 games. Jason Kidd put a great game plan together. I think one of those games when Luka was out, Brunson had a big game. I mean, he dominated. I mean, he was a beast. So don't sleep on, Luka's, teammates. They can step up. Okay. All right, man. That's all I got. Thanks for listening and thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for downloading. Remember I say, man, on Twitter, follow me. I'll follow you back. Let's talk sports. I'll be on it tonight talking Suns, Mavs, Sixers, Heat. Okay. At _ Clarence Jones. Check out my website. Read my playoff blog, cjsportsmedia.com/blog. I'm breaking everything down between Boston, Milwaukee, Golden State, Memphis, Dallas, Phoenix, and Philly and Miami. I'm breaking it all down on cjsportsmedia.com/blog. Have a great day. Remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to your YouTube channel. My YouTube channel name is Clarence Jones Sports Media. Enjoy the NBA playoffs. Enjoy sports. Have a great day. Be safe. Peace.